First thing is, I'm a natural. Nope. I literally, my first presentation, they had to call an ambulance. And this is a true story. I had a client that I've done good work for, and she asked me, she was on the board of the New England Medical Distributors Association. And she said, Mike, have you ever spoke before? I said, yeah, I talk all the time. She's like, well, great, you're going to be the keynote speaker for the New England Medical Distributors Association meeting. And this is like, seriously, 6 years ago. And I said, sure. So I don't think it's going to be a big deal. And I get my speech ready. So my warm-up act, the guy who's coming on, I'm the keynote, the guy who comes on to warm up for me is the world's greatest speaker. Now, it sounds like it, right? It sounds like I'm like, well, sure, Mike, he's the world's greatest speaker, like everybody's got the world's greatest cup of coffee, right? No, this guy really was the world's greatest speaker. In an organization called Toastmasters, he had won the entire thing. His name is Darren Andrews. Darren goes up there and he is a god. I have never seen anybody speak like this before or since. He's the greatest. And now I'm going to come on after him. Well, I get up there and literally, and they sent the ambulance for me. Not kidding you. And then I had panic attacks every single time for like the next 4 speeches. I kept on doing it. So what did I do? I knew that if I wanted to really spread my word, that I was going to have to stand up here. So I went to Toastmasters, and I worked myself through, and it took me a year of constantly getting up here and sweating and working my material and getting comfortable, and it took some time. So I'm going to answer the question now. The answer is this. If you're a one-man band and you want to be on your own and you want to be successful, go to Toastmasters. You're going to have to do it, especially if you don't have money to hire somebody. You're going to have to write on LinkedIn. You're going to have to do these things. You're going to have to make cold calls. Because if you don't, you're not going to make it. People are not magically going to hire you. And it's so hard that I knew I had to do this because then I had a big goal. I'll tell you what my goal is. My goal is to be the one name in the world that people call when they have to sell a medical device. That's the big goal for me. And so in order for me to achieve that goal, right, in your world, it's going to have to be the one name that people call when they have a certain engineering need in your world, right? We all have the same goal. So you have to be in front of the room in your world. You have to be writing the magazine. Now, if you can't do it, then you're going to have to raise the money to hire somebody to do it. You're going to have to hire Joe, or you're going to have to hire me, or depending upon what the needs are, you're going to have to pay people. Because there is no answer, then not doing it is not ever going to work.